Okay, so Cleo's, I've had trouble maintaining her weight, so I've put her in here and then I put her back out and I put her back in. And I need to set up, I've got a new car and I want to work out a way that I can feed them in this paddock without help, because currently I just need help. I can't get the feed to the feeding containers. So I'm thinking of even getting another bathtub and putting them side by side on the drive, and then I can empty the feed from the car into the bathtubs. I don't know, it's just one of those things. But Arthur's still underweight. I'm at that point where I'm like half expecting the RSPCA to come out again, because I've got people that are regularly calling all the authorities on me, and the RSPCA just said just expect us to come out every 3 months, but they closed down over lockdown, so they'll come and have a look at him, and there's not really anything we can do. The type of vet treatment that he would need to work up to find out what's wrong with him and then to fix it would be prohibitive. So it's just mush feed and see how he goes, and at least he's having a happy life. I'm not happy with his weight, and but Cleo and Arthur are harder to maintain weight on than Penny, who's 30, but she needs to be fed regularly. The other horses have got a large square bale of hay. It's been raining, so I'm going to have to crack it open so it doesn't get mildewy on the inside. But what I think I'll do with these guys is instead of hay, I'll give them chaff, which is just really finely chopped hay. It means that with chewing problems, they don't need to worry about it. So if they have chaff with their feed, but like extra chaff, so instead of giving them like a biscuit of hay each or 2 biscuits of hay each, they get... What you doing? Oh, he's got a football. Funny boy. Slinky's waiting. Slinky's waiting to come out. Slinky's out at night and Henry's out at day, but Henry will get let out if he needs to at night, and Slinky gets let out during the day as well, for the same reason. So, and he gets to run around, just because it's not fair, because Henry's up when we're awake. Mind you, I'm up pretty late at night, so he does get, Slinky gets probably more focused attention in a way, because I'm not running around. Anyway, not that I run around, I walk around. Anyway, so I don't want to go and see what he's doing now. I know what he's doing. He's a puppy. Slinky turns 2 tomorrow, and Henry turns 2 in February. So, and Banjo and I always have a little smooch when I'm down there doing stuff with them. I tell him to rack off. Always do that. Push him, like, it doesn't take much to push him away. I just want to keep reinforcing, because he's a strong, beautiful herd leader. And I just want him to know, because I look weak when I'm walking around. I use a stick to get down the driveway, for God's sake. I'm not fooling anyone. So it's all psychological. They know that I can kick ass if I need to. And then what I do is later, I give him... Oh, have I covered my bloody microphone with my finger? I don't even know if you can hear this. Oh, well, that would be great. I've uncovered it now, so we'll just see what happens when I play it. So, and then I always give him a handful of feed, hand feed him, feed and pet him and tell him he's a good boy. He's so cute. And he waits patiently, and then he gets his food. He doesn't really get much hard feed, only just treats and snacks. Doesn't eat it. In winter you might get some more. But there's just too much pasture, and I've put hay out for them as well. So this motley crew, Penny I'm the least worried about. I'm not worried about Cleo. I just need to really keep her feeds up. She's got to that point now where she needs to be fed 12 months of the year. And that happened with Penny, because when Penny was on really good grass and pasture, she was doing pretty well. But then she needed to be fed in summer as well. And now that same's happened for Cleo, but a bit sooner. But Cleo's always been a harder doer. Penny's just been a harder doer, because, I mean, she's slowly losing teeth as she gets older. And she's a stock horse. They're not hard. They're not usually hard doers. They're more like Brumbies. They're easy keepers. But she's just elderly, so it just gets harder for them to chomp up the food and digest it, and because they're you know, swallowing food that's not as well chewed. And with in Arthur's case, he poos out food that's not chewed at all. So I'm having to totally redesign everything, thinking around that, realising, well, there's really no point even getting a bale of hay for him. Yeah, there is for Penny and Cleo, but if they're sharing a paddock, I'm not going to get one. I see, I might not keep Cleo in here. Once I get her weight back up, I might throw her out, and then she can have hay on her own. She can have a separate bicky in the round yard, but I just told her off for doing this, what she's doing. She's pushing Arthur off. But he's good. He he does what Penny does. He'll come to me and dog. They all know who hire a horse is and who to go to and what to expect. And that's what Cleo did. And then Banjo came up and she was really scared, so I had to shoo him off so she could get in, and she was really scared that he was going to tie a knot in her butt, and I just had to keep him away and then let her out. And so it's always threats, you know, the animal kingdom, it really is, it's threats. Look, I'm going to tie a knot in your butt if you don't move. You do as I say, you be scared of me, and then as a result, they actually then respect you and trust you and think, well, that's a very strong animal, my herd leader who I can trust. And I listen to them because I know that in a case of danger, that two-legged horse... Sorry, the dogs. What are you doing? You're interrupting my video. Come away from the satellite dish. Yeah, you. Come and show everybody how beautiful you are. Oh, they're my tomatoes we found in the paddock. And I tossed them all into this paddock because that's what happened with those. And they're everywhere. I'm going to see if they're going to grow. You might go, nah, that's not going to grow. But that's how they grew. They're everywhere. I didn't bury them, so I thought I'm not going to bury them and see what happens. Anyway, so I've got a tomato bush, and that's not really how I do my vegetable gardens. And here we've got an orange tree. You can't see it. We've got to put some plastic caps on those star pickets because Henry actually hurt himself, would you believe it, playing fetch. And that's a mango tree. So we're going to line up fruit trees along here, and we'll have a vegetable garden. And we're going to build up behind where I'm standing now, so that there'll be up here, there'll be you know, a big pad for a house, and what I'm standing on will be used for like driveway and cars and stuff like that. It just takes time. Everything's closed down for Christmas, so I need to get a DA in and some plans, and so that'd be pretty exciting. So anyway, as per usual, Arthur is underweight. I just can't be bothered walking back down this slopey, slippery drive. Should I do it? And Cleo's a little bit light on. She's not underweight, but she needs to put on weight. There's a difference. Penny's fine, but Arthur needs to put on weight, definitely. Because he's still got the bone in the back of his rump. You can still see it. It still protrudes. It has never stopped entirely protruding, and it drives me nuts. It should be indented there with a mound either side of it of muscle and fat. And yeah, he needs to work out and everything. But yeah, so I will keep you all posted. But I'm not doing enough long videos, so I thought I'll do a long video. I'm doing it in portrait mode, and there's Banjo. And then where are the girls? There's that's Halo and at the Ruby. And I don't know where Ava is. She was in the paddock earlier. And oh my God, this morning Ava was lying down asleep, and you should have seen Slinky. He went down and rounded them up and put them. He thinks it's his job to round up the horses and bring them to the gate, and it's not good. But and you know, it's going to take a bit more training yet, and he doesn't know how to fetch, so we need to teach him how to fetch. So anyway, but he's come really good. He's actually, look, he's a lot better. They annoy the crap out of me when they bark, but apart from that, like, they bark when I'm down with the horses, and if Slinky's left up there alone, he barks like mad. But if Henry's with him, he won't bark as much. And Henry will bark. He'll always go out and let me know if there's a car or something, come back, and I tell him he's a good boy. And he's just not on a chain at all because he doesn't go anywhere. He just hangs around. He's back to what he was when we first moved here. Just hangs around. And he goes for a run. He'll even go for a run in the creek and everything, come back up. Doesn't go anywhere near the boundaries. It's perfect. And Slinky now wanders around too, and he hasn't left the property for some weeks now, which is fantastic. And he's got a friendship with the neighbour's dog. They play, and their dogs come over here, but I don't want him going there anyway, because I just want to rely on him staying here, and he has, so that's been really good. I just need to get him to not round the horses up. There's Ava. There's my girl. Yeah, she's thinking, I missed out. She's watching them. You don't need it, darling, and you've got a whole bale of hay I want you all to eat before it goes off. Okay, well, I'll leave it with you with Henry grazing. Remember his formative years, formative months with just the horses before he got another doggy friend, and they all like eating the grass, actually, all the dogs and the cats. Cat's been having adventures. I should have, I wish I got a video today. Anubis followed me into Sophia's cabin to get his dinner, and Henry was waiting for me outside the cabin. He's not allowed in her cabin. And then as I came out, Nubis chased Henry away. I've got to get a video of that. He's scared of them. And then he chased him again. I didn't have my camera, my phone, when I was feeding. That's the thing. The most interesting stuff I don't get on camera because my hands are tied up and I'm doing stuff. It's only when I've stopped doing stuff. That's why some of the videos are so repetitive, because it's when I'm not doing things with them. Like if I'm working with them and trying to train them, and the dogs or the horses, it's extremely hard to video them. He's a good boy. So the cats are in there tonight. They go into Sophia's cabin when she's up here, and they stay there when she's not. When they're braver, they can come into mine, as I've got dogs in there. But they will. They're used to dogs. They've had dogs with them their whole lives. But I don't blame them not wanting. And that's Slinky. He's like, hey, you've been talking now for 12.5 minutes and not giving me any attention. He's strong and healthy, and he's on a diet because he's actually getting fat. We'll do another episode about that. So there's my beautiful white boy. Okay. Love to all the people who follow us and care about us. See you.